And there's another 90% that they have not even touched, and that they don't even know what's in Turkey. This is why the U.S. has always supported Turkey and wanted that location, not just to fly, have a base to fly into Afghanistan, Pakistan, etc., but it is prime real estate for antiquities. And there would be in Turkey many... Turkey is famous for having large collections of underground cities, well ventilated, many of them going down many feet or meters, and some of them housing, we believe, up to 40, 50, 60,000 people.
Now?
Oh, these are antiquities.
Okay.
They have found these. They have found these in the excavations. So there's a lot going on in Turkey, and let's say that to say that one found Noah's Ark is to attempt to re-stimulate the old Christian myths. Do you understand?
That's right. Is it propaganda? Is that what they're doing?
It's attempting to pull the heartstrings and to get people focused on something larger than the bad Pope. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. The shiny object.
Yes. Benedict does not look like he has much longer, and we will say this, that it seems he would rather die conveniently through some sort of physical ailment or some such than the church would ever allow him to take on the shame of being in modern times excommunicated, removed, prosecuted as a criminal, etc. And there are many who hope that the problem would go away if Benedict would go away. Do you understand? Of course it won't. It won't. And whoever would be there to replace him will only be someone attempting to be a shadow figure, unless they pull in some sort of superhuman someone to pull some tricks on humanity and get the flocks back into the church. But all of that would be dog and pony and parlor games and things of that nature. Remember, you are living in times when sleight of hand is being played out to very sophisticated levels, and behind the scenes use of technologies to a very, very high degree. You must be able to use your physical body to figure out what's going on. If you are wondering and befuddled about something, remember the exercise, the park, circular park, and the pedestal. Put something on the pedestal and just say, I wonder and I want to know what this is about. And then look for the feedback coming from people, friends, pictures, sensations, something in the outside world. Sometimes when you ask for a truth, the answers can come so simplistically you do not see them. We remind you again that the outside world is a live, interactive, virtual reality that is a result of the inner world. And so the clearer you are from the inner, the more magical and interactive and reliable will be the outer. The field of existence is excited. It is anticipating good sex. Meaning, what is good sex? It means that you get together with someone ideally you love, you explore, you have a good time, you get good orgasms, you get a good high, you get to feel alive. Do you understand? The field of existence is alive. And yet, humans throw all kinds of darts at it and things and don't really play with it. The field of existence knows that there's going to be connections and joinings together and raising of energy. And so it is excited about these things. That's just why we said the field of existence is looking forward to these good encounters, good sex. Who else?
Peace, this is Steve.
Steve, yes.
Going back to the CERN thing, for time travel, that already exists, though, in the military, right?
Oh, in all kinds of capacities, but it can always be refined, Steve. Time travel is not like, well, let's say when Henry Ford developed an automobile, there it was, the Model T, yes, or whatever he started with first. And then later on, a few other automobiles come in, people say, well, it's already been invented. But now if you look at a Roadster today and a Model T, yes, they both get you round and they have wheels and they run on petrol, yes? But you see the level at which comfort, sophistication, and accessories are performed, so it can be thought of in a similar capacity. Room for refinement. And when things are given by ETs, they are often, people are shown things. And then the desires, we want this, well, what will you give us for this? And they're always enticing some new technology.
So what are we giving them back to get this stuff?
What would you imagine you are giving back, living on a living library?
Water, minerals, gold,
Resources, yes. Resources.
Humans?
DNA, yes. You know, from ancient times, ancient times, a man, there's a book a man wrote, René Boulet. And he wrote a book called Flying Serpents and Dragons and another book called Dragon Power. They're worth perusing if you have not looked at them, because it gives you a peek of the past about different activities that occurred in those capacities. Mr. Boulet pointed out that one of the requirements of these visiting gods, reptilians as he referred to them, was to command people to bring their offerings and to bring the spices with the offerings. And what he concluded was that, that these people wanted cooked offerings, burnt offerings they were called. And that means that these gods did not want to go to procure their own food, and so they asked humanity to bring them offerings, foods and spices, so that they could eat. And this is quite ubiquitous story throughout various places around the planet, myths and legends, etc. The idea that the gods, some of them came to Earth, and then they taught the humans how to work for them, and the humans worked in the mines. The humans provided food and various things of this nature. And yes, it is true that humans have been ingested at times by certain ETs who have that proclivity. They've been experimented on. They've been used as laboratory animals. You name it, it has all happened. But remember, Dave, we are talking about simultaneous time and various events happening all across the board, so that one cannot look at one event and say, oh, this sweeping event was followed by this and this and this. Just as everything is happening today, you have Stone Age areas of the world today. Irian Jaya, Borneo, is the last Stone Age part of the world that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, go to a big city or some military complex, and you would walk in and see screens and buttons and machines, and it would be like a million years in the future. Do you understand? It all happens. That's the very fascinating thing about this now. And because you are in the fast now, the faster now, that is technologically hooked up, you tend to think that's the only now. That's why we ask you to slow down, put your technologies away, be in nature, and you begin to see a little bit that there's another now. But there are other and bigger nows, and those nows may pull you into them, right out of this electronic probability.
Pete?
Yes.
Someone sent me an email recently about, or just this past week, about Lawrence Livermore Laboratories in California, and they've been working on creating a mini sun on Earth that would be like a new power source that basically runs off seawater, a small amount of seawater, and they're touting it as being, this would be the answer to the Earth's energy, crises, and oil, you could do away with oil and all these things, and they're planning on firing this up. It's like a big laser that's inside of a building. It's not like your conventional idea of a laser that you shoot out one beam. It's billions of little lasers within one structure that would create this sun. And so